nice, relaxing morning with a couple of good friends. What more could you add to make it special? Well, I'll tell you what you can add. You can add shitloads of money, gambling, round robins, teasers. We have it all here on Brunch Betting. That's right. It's XFL Jim, Chase, Lupin Fiasco Sesums, and Eric Uncle Rico Magoo giving you the best sports plays you can find. That's right, bitches. It's Brunchtime Betting. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Brunchtime Betting. As always, it is me, XFL Jim. And I'm joined by the lovely, the illustrious Chase Sesums, a.k.a. the Wolf of Oakland. Ooh, get the tongue action.
Hadn't done that one in a while.
And now, also joining us, as always, the man, the myth, the legend. It is Eric, a.k.a. Uncle fucking Rico.
I don't know. There's just a lot of trying after play. We're trying to make some stuff happen, and they're doing a little extra pushing and shoving. We're trying to get our fucking job done.
He's just been trying to get his fucking job done all week this week.
Just grinding.
Of course, starting off, let's make some money in the chat. Coming in early. Chase Preakness, journalism going to win, plus Bet Online as a prop. Who will finish last? Thinking about Sandman.
We'll let you know later. I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna make you wait the whole show.
We're gonna save that. Don't worry. We got plenty of picks. Well, I have plenty of picks. The boys also have a substantial amount of picks for you. Any other things you guys want to talk about before we get into straight picking, though? Anything in the sports like tickle you? I know Eric's been watching the NBA playoffs. Racing.
I want the fucking luck of the Indianapolis, whatever the name is, the Indiana Pacers. I want their voodoo. I mean, when you just kind of step back and look at it, last year, first round, Bucks, Giannis and Dame get hurt. Down 2-0 last year, OG Anunoby gets hurt, beat the Knicks. This year, Dame gets hurt, beat the Bucks. Mobley, Garland, and Hunter hurt against the in the second round. And when you look at shot quality, they're losing all these games. Somehow they're winning these games that analytically they shouldn't be winning. So that's what I want. I want to have the Pacers voodoo.
I want to ask Chase what it's like being totally absorbed in the horse world for yet another week.
Well, I mean, for one, like everything that Uncle Rico just said, I'm just like, I have no idea what's happening right now. Two, it's been longer than a week, man. It's been pretty much since we started the daily shows. So since like January, and I just got rid of ESPN. I haven't had ESPN since December. So like, I'm so out of like the mainstream sports loop.
You're like fully invested in horses. What would it take for you to wear like a horse costume?
Like if I'm honest with myself, like $15.
And then someone would have to pay for the costume. Yeah,
true. Yeah, plus expenses.
I wonder how in depth of a costume, because I was talking about it with some. Were we talking about? No, I was talking about it with somebody like furries and things like that, and how expensive like a fursuit is,
and how expensive like a nice fursuit must be.
Yeah, they're like $10,000.
Crazy.
Fucking crazy. They got all the money in the world. I've just been enjoying UFL, and it's like, I think since about the week 5 mark, all the games have been just excellent. Very entertaining. Last night's down to the wire. Memphis Showboats only 2 wins in overtime this season.
Let's go.
They only play classics.
This is like completely off the beaten radar. You guys said something about My Little Pony, right?
I said furries, but I mean
furries. So
tomato.
At work, this lady was telling a story about bronies.
Yeah.
About this shit.
I know about bronies. I know a couple bronies back in the day.
And how her husband's has a brony that works there, and like the My Little Pony shit that's like decorated in his office is like really weird. this whole little rabbit hole. So yeah.
Oh, I know about the bronies, Eric. Shout out Justin Paul Sports in the chat as well. I know about the bronies.
You know about the bronies, dude?
I know about the bronies. That's more of like a 2015, like 24. That's like a 2013, 2014
to me, dude. Like how Chase.
That's a classic.
Yeah, and like bronies is.
I didn't know that was still a thing.
Dude, the stories I heard, man, watch out.
That's like a classic. All right, boys, you ready to start blasting?
Yeah, let's blast, dog.
Okay, I'll start us off, and I'm going to go to the UFL. We got a doubleheader today, which pisses me off. Both games at noon Central, both on Fox. Disgusting. Disgusting. I'm going to have to pirate one of them. But first game, shout out Michigan Panthers Pride. First game, we have the St. Louis Battlehawks taking on the Birmingham Stallions. I think that's going to be the main market game. That's where a majority of the people are going to be able to see that game. I'm taking the Battlehawks here. They open up -1.5. It closed right now. It's -2. I still like the Battlehawks here. I think both teams have pretty good defenses. I think the Battlehawks defense edges out Birmingham's quite a bit. And while Max Duggan is not great, he has been passable. He has been a nice little addition in the run game. And I don't know whether it's Jamar Smith getting the start for Birmingham, but I just don't know. I don't know, man. I like Jamar Smith. We've seen he can win it all, but there's a reason he's been the backup the whole time. There's a reason. So I'm taking the Battlehawks. I'm taking a -2. I'm doing it. At home, too. Give it to me.
It's a great spot, too. I mean, I'm on
great spot.
Just because them and the Stallions and the Panthers play next week, which is basically going to determine who wins that division.
Yeah, the map was posted. Stallions, Hawks, national broadcast, except in Michigan and Texas. So I'm going to find a stream for the Roughnecks Panthers game. Eric, what do you got?
My first bet, I'm going to MLB. Give me the Giants and Athletics over 8. Let's talk why. Starting with Athletics for the season, 7th best batting average against right-handed pitching, 13th in total runs scored. They're in good form, too. Over the last 2 weeks, maintain the 8th best average against righties, still sit at 13th runs scored. So they're hitting consistently against right-handed pitching. Flip side to the Giants, they've quietly been better on the season, 11th in batting average, 8th in total runs over the past 2 weeks, 11th in batting average, 6th in total runs scored against right-handed pitching. So we've got 2 teams in rhythm at the plate facing rightings. Now on to the pitchers for the A's. Luis Severino gets the start. Been an ugly month. He's rocking a 10.80 ERA, a whip of 2. He leans heavily on the 4-seamer and sinker. And here's the kicker. 7 of the 9 hitters in today's lineup for the Giants have a positive run value against the sinker, which is a huge problem for Severino. Flip side for the Giants, Rope is on the mound over the last 5 appearances, 4.68 ERA, relies heavily on the curveball. Swordstrom and Wilson, the heart of the order for the A's, thrives on those. They've been smashing those pitches all season. Then we have the trends. Giants have hit the over 59.1% of their games, 14% ROI. A's have gone over 58.5%, 11% ROI, and to top everything off, per Roto Grinders, there's going to be a 23-mile-per-hour wind blowing out at first pitch. All signs point to the over in this one. Give me the over 8 in the Giants and Athletics.
Did you say Roto Grinders?
Yeah.
That sounds like a sandwich finding app.
It's a fantasy app, buddy.
I know, but it sounds like a sandwich finding app.
Oh, Jimmy.
Chase, I think you're muted.
For slowly cooked turning meats.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Chase, what are you rocking with? I like
sure,
that.
It's all going to be horse picks. It's all coming from Pimlico because it's Preakness Day. Race 8, 6 furlongs, $150,000. The Chick Ling Stakes on dirt. I'm playing an exacta 7-11 with 6-7-11. The 7 is the horse I like most. Its name is Faster Gator. This should be a really fast early pace. This horse will sit just a little bit off of it, pretty close to the early speed. And then the 11 is another big price named Retribution that should be sitting sort of a similar trip. So that was a 7-11 with 6-7-11 exacta in race 8, the Chick Ling Stakes at Pimlico.
I can get behind that because as a man who's many times frequented a 7-11,
yeah,
I just I'll take any combination of those two numbers.
Go for it.
Sports Facts. I feel like Eric is always doing 3 things at once. Yeah, he's probably like on here giving his picks, making more picks, and then also filing his taxes for next year.
No, just bitching at dumb fucks at work.
Oh, okay. So you got the group, the work group chat.
No,
and there's always a
text came.
Oh,
and I just replied.
There's always a repairman.
I just replied.
There's always a repairman. I've taken to like when my supervisor texts out like for the group chat and whatnot. I only respond with either emojis or gifs now. It's the only way I respond to him.
I can proudly say I'm in no work group text, and people just text me, and I'll just reply, "Are you dumb or fucking stupid?"
I like that. I respect
and that's
that.
usually my answer.
My second pick, I'm sticking with the UFL, baby. There's 2 games going on today, and I like action in both of them. This one, though, I like the dog. Michigan Panthers are riding high. They're coming in hot off of a close squeaker of a win against the Renegades. The Roughnecks, they just choked. Oh, my God. I don't know how you let Birmingham come back last week like you did. But this week, the quarterback matchup is awesome. The game is going to be fun. 7 is too many points, though. Give me the Roughnecks plus 7. I don't trust CJ in a tight situation to not maybe choke this one away. But I like the Roughnecks here. I like them plus the 7. Just to Paul Sports chiming in. You all should have mimosas. Oh, that would have been sick. Little screwdriver.
Oh.
Little Irish coffee, maybe.
Little Irish. Yeah, I can
little orange beer. You guys ever done orange beer?
No.
I got my orange beer right here.
I can confirm that this is Chase's brunch.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Scott Bassenbrodi's a Brody. Keeps it classic. Eric, what are we rolling with next?
I am going out to Baltimore, but I'm taking the Nationals and the O's over 10. First off, weather working in our favor. There's going to be a 12-mile-per-hour wind blowing out to right field at first pitch. Always something I look for taking an over. Jake Irvin starts for the Nationals on paper. He's got a 4 ERA, 1.19 whip. Not terrible when we dig deeper. His expected ERA is 5.76. Tells me that regression is coming over the last 3 starts. People are getting on base, 1.56 whip. He throws a 4-seamer 28% of the time, second most used pitch, has a -5 run value on it. And the O's match up well. They have 7 hitters in their lineup today that have a positive run value against a 4-seamer. Bad for Irvin. Now on the flip side, we have Kyle Gibson. And let's just call it what it is. He's been awful. A 13.11 ERA, 2.49 whip this season. His pitching value sits at -13, which is among the worst in baseball. Leans on the sinker, and the Nationals match up well. They're going to have 5 guys in their lineup with a positive run value against the sinker. Bottom line, both pitchers in bad form, both lineups with favorable matchups, and the wind is blowing out. Gibson's 2 of his 3 games, the total has gone over. Irvin, 5 of the 4 have gone 5-4 to the over. All signs are pointing to the over here. Give me the Nationals and O's over 10.
Ooh, okay. Chase, what next? Where are we running to?
Yeah, we wait 1 race after the 8th to get involved in the 9th race with the 5 furlong, $125,000, the Jim McKay Turf Sprint. I assume he's dead. R.I.P. Jim McKay. We miss you every day. I'm playing a win bet on the number 4 Whitty, who is 10-1 on the morning line. This horse is probably going to take some action, but essentially this is like one of 2 closers in this race. The other closer is 5-2 on the morning line. I like Whitty, who I think is just as talented, is going to get pretty much the exact same trip for exactly 5 times the price. So give me Whitty there. I'm going to bet that one to win in the Jim McKay.
I'm going to just go ahead and assume that any race, event, thing that has a name similar to that it's named after a dead person. That's just
like the person is likely dead. Yeah. That person is likely dead, likely white.
Now, you may think I did the 2 UFL games. I'm out of football. You'd be wrong, though, because this is opening weekend of the European League of Football. That gives me plenty of more matchups to go with, baby.
Elf time!
Shout out Heritage Sportsbook for having ELF lines. These fucking other books are pussies and cowards for not putting it out. I'm just going to give you the two of them. I took two. There's 3 games, but I only like 2 bets. Rainfire, minus 9.5 versus the Paris Musketeers. In the European League of Football, for those of you who may not watch, blowouts happen all the time. All the time. Like it's like early season college football. You can't be afraid to take a big spread. Rainfire minus 9.5. That's not even a big spread. The big one is taking the Panthers Reclaw minus 30.5 versus the Enthroners. The Enthroners stink. They're not going to be good. Taking the Panthers Reclaw here and the Rainfire. Those are my two ELF picks for the week. I hate the Lakers chiming in. Baffert Horse pulling the upset.
I saw this and I have hard opinions on it. So like, one, no, it's not. And then 2, like Gino, our buddy Gino always told me like you should never say that something's like a lock or something's definitely not going to happen. So I'm not going to say that like the Baffert Horse definitely isn't going to win because I can see like a scenario. So like, say a massive sinkhole opens up in the middle of the stretch and swallows all the other horses, and Baffert's horse is able to just tiptoe around the edge of it, then yeah, he could easily win the Preakness. Outside of that, I don't really see it happening.
Just to Paul Sports, what channel can you watch European League of Football, and what book did you say? The book is Heritage Sportsbook. I believe it is, the website specifically is heritagesports.eu. And then the channel, unfortunately, is you have to go to the ELF website and get a pay-per-view package. I think it's like $150 for the whole season. So, or like...
I like Heritage Sportsbook because it sounds like a sports book and also a place where you could print off like a PDF of Project 2025.
Yeah, it does. But it's really hard to watch games. They post highlights and whatnot on their YouTube channel, but to actually watch the games themselves, you have to pay for a package from ELF themselves. I do think, though, they just got into a partnership with DAZN, the DAZN or whatever. I think they're showing 1 game a week.
Okay.
1 game a week into zone?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you get a Pizzone in the zone?
If you want to combine UFL and ELF, yes, with the UFL's newest partnership with Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's still doing Pizzones.
It's all connected, Jim.
I know, right? Dude, Chase, maybe Jenna was right.
Maybe Jenna was right.
We're not going to get into that. Eric, what do we got?
Who's Jenna?
Eric, no.
You don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
That's an inside thing. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We'll talk to you. We'll tell you after.
Yeah.
All right. Staying in Baltimore, I'm taking Nathan Lowe, 2+ hits, plus 220. To me, it's just fading Kyle Gibson. He's a stinker / sweep guy when he throws us the sinker 36% of the time, sweeper 21. That's over half his pitch mix. And we look at Lowe, he's crushed both of them this season. When we look at the sweeper, 286 average, 457 on base percentage, 786 slugging percentage, and he's a +3 run value with it. The sinker, 344, 500 slugging percentage, positive again, +1 pitch value. So going against both Gibson's primary offerings, Lowe has been nothing but elite. With Gibson struggles, I mentioned it before, 13.11 ERA, 2.49 whip, and how well Lowe is seeing the ball against these pitches, getting plus money for 2 hits. I'm all about it.
Okay. Eric's loving the field today. Respect it.
Loving it.
Chase, what do we got?
So after race 9, we take a break for approximately 30 minutes, and we jump into race 10, 8.5 furlongs, $100,000. The Spendthrift Farms Sir Barton Stakes on the dirt. I'm getting a little exotic. I'm getting a little vertical. I'm getting a little exotical, if you will. I'm playing a trifecta here, and I'm keying 2 horses, and I'm keying 2 horses in 2 spots. The first spot, I'm going to have a horse keyed in first. Then I'm going to have a horse keyed in third, and then I'm putting 2 horses in second. So it's going to be a 9 with 2-8 with 6 trifecta here. The 9, great price, a horse I really like, Just a Fair Shake for Daniel McKenzie. Not only did I like it just handicapping wise, but it also looked really good on the thoroughgraphs. So I'm going to play Just a Fair Shake at first, and then I'm going to add the 2 Best Friend Rocket. It's a horse quite a few people like at a bigger price for Dwayne Lucas in second, along with the 8 Authentic Gallop for Tom Amos. So I've got those horses in the trifecta. It is 9 with 2-8 with 6. See, Invictus is the chalk, the speed of speed, but it's also pace compromise. So I could easily see the horse fading to third, but still holding there at one of these bigger prices, getting up over Invictus, but staying underneath Just a Fair Shake.
You know what my favorite thing to do?
I don't understand what pace compromise means.
Yeah, so Invictus wants to go very fast early. And there are a lot of horses that want to go very fast early. And when you have horse, it's a little bit of like a horse personality thing, as fucking stupid as that sounds. But like, there are horses that just need to lead the pack. They're pack animals. They just need to be out in front of everybody. And so what happens is if you have,
the alpha.
Yeah, they all want to be the alpha of the pack. And if they all want to be the alpha and they're all trying to outrun everyone else to do it, they go way too fast. And it's these horses that could just sit back and watch them do it and then run past them late that win.
My favorite thing when I go looking up horse racing things and whatnot is seeing the weights of the jockey and just being like, damn.
Or the weight that they carry and stuff, because it's 105 pounds. It's
that man tiny. That man tiny.
Yeah,
I saw one jockey. She came up on my Twitter feed. I was like, oh, shit.
It was probably Chantel Sutherland. She did Playboy.
Why aren't there more female jockeys?
Didn't Primlico already start?
I think that there's a fairly good like representation of female jockeys. I don't know why there aren't more. Like, you do have more that are like exercise riders and everything. I do think a little of it might be an element of strength. Like, I'm not trying to sound sexist, but like take like a 90-pound woman and then expect her to hold back a 2,000-pound animal. You know, like like I said, not trying to be like sexist or say that women can't do things because of body, you know, because they're whatever. But like, yeah, I think that might have something to do with it.
It's because the horse won't respect them.
Now that's sexism.
I'm rolling over to the hardwood, baby. No NBA, doesn't matter. WNBA starts today. Today. And I'm taking the New York Liberty -4. Sue me. Liberty -4. I'm also taking the Indiana Fever -8.5.
The
Libibity. Sorry, the Libibity. I thought the New York Libibity -4 and the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky. I'm taking the Fever -8.5. I think they're going to roll.
One person on the Liberty.
Sabrina Ionescu.
I'm sure there's a
Brianna Stewart.
Yeah.
Look at, I didn't know Chase was. Chase just rattling them off, dude.
Vanilla porn doesn't do it for everyone all the time.
It's a damn fact. And then I'm taking the Phoenix Mercury on the money line, +155. Check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself?
Yeah. So once again, Liberty -4, Fever -8.5, Mercury money line.
I got 3 UFC bets. First one, I got Denise Gomes inside the distance +170. That means she can win by sub. Or KO. 25 years old, 10-3, gaining serious momentum. She's won 4 of her last 5 fights, coming off a very impressive performance last November. Really showed her evolution. She handled the striking exchange with confidence. Came away looking sharper. She's going against Elise Reed, who's a tough fighter, no doubt, but stylistically is trouble here. Let's start the matchup. Reed is technically sound striker, but she tends to be methodical, looking to find her rhythm, setting up combinations, working at range. The problem, Gomes doesn't let you breathe. Brings pressure. She closes from distance. She throws power from the top, especially in the clinch when backing opponents against the cage. She's got 2 knockouts already in the UFC. Her aggression, body attacking style, she can break opponents down through the course of the fight. Rita's really struggled in these type of matchups, and she's lost every single UFC fight either by KO or submission. This fight is expected to stay on her feet, expected striking roar. Gomes' speed, explosives, and pressure, heavy style give her the edge. If she can force Reed to fight off her back foot, and I think she will, it's only a matter of time before Gomes finds the finish. Give me plus 170 inside the distance.
Ooh, okay. Eric is nothing if not dedicated to the process. I don't know if I've met a man more dedicated to the process.
Hey, there's no better handicapper when it comes to fucking statistics and breaking this down than Uncle Rico. You should listen to what this man says.
Damn right. Damn right, brother. Chase, what are you rolling with?
First, like, I hate to be like the bearer of bad news, but this like just popped up on my news feed. If you're in the Baltimore, Prince George's County area, you might want to shelter in place because a fucking massive bomb just went off in the second at Pimlico with a 43-1 horse with like an exacta that's going to pay at least $190 something at most $1,300.
Oh,
yeah, dude,
like you fucking.
Yeah, it's a $333 exacta in the second race. At Pimlico, a horse named the Amazing Mizzen just won in the turf. Okay, my next play comes from I'm gonna say it comes from Baltimore also, but a region too that has an accent that I'm obsessed with. I'm playing in race 11. The 8 furlong, $100,000, the James Murphy Stakes on the turf. I'm going to start at pick 3 here, but I'm also going to bet a horse to win. The number 4, it's not Jamaica, but I assume it has the same accent. Barbadian Runner. So I'm going to bet.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm going with that. So riddle me this, bad man. What I'm going to be doing is playing Barbadian Runner to win at 12-1. And then I'm going to start off a pick 3 here using that 4 Barbadian Runner along with the number 8. Then in race 12, in the second leg of this pick 3, I'm going to use 1, 7, and 13. And then in the final leg of the pick 3, I'm going to single who is going to be my Preakness pick, the number 8, Clever Again. And I'll talk more about that when I give my next picks. Real quick. That was a lot of numbers. Let me recap. Win on the number 4, Barbadian Runner. And then a $1 pick 3, 4-8 with 1, 7, 13 with 8.
Preach
Look, me, I'm your father.
Preach it.
I like how they do pick 5s like every other race here.
Yeah,
There's
they keep them rolling
1,
through
3, 5, 7, 9.
Well, I can tell you this: after that 43-1 just won the second race in the early pick 5, that's going to pay fucking Sex Island money.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think anyone has it?
Oh yeah, totally. On a day like this, someone has it.
Should I just blast all of my baseball picks, all my MLB picks, real quick?
I got 2 more UFC.
Well, I got MLB and then I got MLS.
Jesus, Jen.
So
yeah.
I'll do MLB first. So just give me your opinions on each one of these picks. The numbers spoke to me here. This is all just based off numbers. The Pirates and Phillies over 8.5.
No.
I feel like Pirates have huge dongs. That works.
I agree. A parlay of the Tigers and the Rangers, both to win.
I feel like you got a little bit of wild, a little bit of establishment. I like it.
Okay. Tigers Blue Jays over 9.
Blue Jays.
I'm not sure a Tiger can eat that many Blue Jays.
What was that, Eric?
Blue Jays haven't even announced who their pitcher is yet.
I don't care. The numbers speak to me, Eric. I don't care who's pitching.
Okay.
I don't think a Tiger can catch and consume nine Blue Jays.
White Sox Cubs under 10.
Wind's blowing out.
Oh yeah, I'm with Uncle Rico then.
That's fair though. That's fair. Marlins on the money line.
What's the market price? What's the market price of Marlin?
Oh, that's a good question.
If the market price of Marlin is up, then I agree. That's also a numbers thing.
Reds money line.
No, poo. Boo. Fuck that shit.
I know. Royals money line.
Yeah, all right.
Brewers money line.
I want to get there. I almost did it.
I got there. The numbers just speak to me a little bit differently than they do you, apparently. And then the A's money line. Athletics money line. The Sacramento A's.
I like how they just call them the A's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's no like A's.
That's it for MLB. So once again, Pirates Phillies over 8.5. Tigers Rangers parlayed together plus 225. And Tigers Blue Jays over 9. White Sox Cubs under 10. And then on the money line, Marlins, Reds, Royals, Brewers, and A's.
All right, Jim. So after NASA got a lot of smart people in a room together, they came up with the totals for what the second race pays at Pimlico. All right, so the $2 win bet paid $89.60. The $1 exacta paid $333.10. The $1 trifecta paid $18.53. The $1 superfecta paid $58.27. And when I say $18.53, I mean $1,853, not $18.53. Same with the $58.27, 5.827K.
God damn.
That's hot,
cheddar.
dude.
A lot of cheddar.
That is a lot of cheddar.
Eric, what are we rolling with next?
I took 2 big shots in the UFC. The first one is I took Paul Craig at plus 400. Not the most reliable fighter on the roster, but when you're betting underdogs, you're not looking for perfection. You're looking for a path to victory. And Craig still has one of the most dangerous submission games in the UFC. This is a guy who not too long ago submitted Hill, stopped Shogun Rao, and beat a Krolev, whose name I just pronounced, who's a current champ. This guy was on his way to fight for a title. That's a kind of upside I'm looking for. I'm happy to take these 4-1 odds. I get it. Getting to the ground is going to be tricky. Craig has never had great wrestling. He pulls guard, throws wild shots, which create chaos. And when this chaos hits a mat, he goes to work. If Bellato stays composed and keeps on the feet, Craig is in for a long fight. But in my eyes, that is a big if. Bellato is really a defensive wizard. He gets hit a lot, over 6 significant strikes absorbed per minute. He's shown a tendency to slow down after round 1 in both his UFC fights. Craig has been in the UFC 18 fights. This is a guy that's seen everything. He knows how to survive early storms, turn a fight in his head. And Bellato is still green, just 2 fights into his UFC career. If he makes one big mistake and ends up in Craig's guard, this could be all she wrote. I'm not saying Craig's going to dominate this fight from start to finish, but I'm saying this has a clear path for an underdog to pull off the upset. So that's why I'm taking the plus 400.
I like it. I like that a lot. Chase, what are you rolling with? I gotta go check something out real quick. I just heard a loud noise in the house. I'm wondering if the cats did something. I'll be back in 1 second. Let people know.
It's okay, Jim. I thought about using that excuse when you guys were boring me earlier. No worries. All right, here we go. It's the big race. I've kind of, if you notice how I've bet this, it's kind of been building to this. So I played a pick 3. That rolled into this race. Hopefully I'm alive in that pick 3 to my top pick, and I can let that serve as my win bet here for the number 8, Clever Again, who's 5-1 on the morning line. If you look at the live odds, this horse is going to go off shorter at 5-1. It's more than likely going to be, I'd say, the 5-2, anywhere from 5-2 to 7-2 range, but I don't think you get the 5-1. Yeah, this is a very lightly raced horse for Steve Asmussen. It's absolutely freaked in its 3 career races. Last out posting a 101 Beyer speed figure, which guess what? It's only one of 3 horses in this race that's actually capable of doing it. I think that Clever Again is very fast early and going to be able to run this field off of its feet. And I also think that the horse has it in the pedigree to handle the 9.5 furlongs, the 1 3/16 distance of the Preakness itself. So, like I said, my pick 3 ends with that horse. Hopefully that works as my win bet too. If I'm not alive in the pick 3, then I will win bet the 8. And then I'm going to play an exacta 8 over the 2-4. The 2 is Journalism, the favorite in this race. Your second place finisher in the Kentucky Derby. The reason I'm against Journalism winning is 2 things. There's a lot of a lot more wear on the tires, I guess I'll say. And plus you just raced last week in the Kentucky Derby. And in that Kentucky Derby where you had more ground to close and pick off a horse in front of you late, you don't have as much ground to do that in here in the Preakness. So I'm playing that horse in second in the Exacta along with the 4, who is, I believe, Heart of Honor. Let me make sure that's the right name. Yeah, Heart of Honor for Jamie Osborne with Safi Osborne, related, I'm sure, in the irons. The horse finished second to Kentucky Derby runner Admire Daytona by a nose in the UAE Derby in Maidan. This one could do by bounce, but if you look at the thoroughgraphs at 12-1, this horse is actually one of the more competitive horses in the race. So I'm playing that 8 with the 2-4 Exacta, and then I'm going to do kind of similar what I did when I got Exotical for the Sir Barton Stakes. I'm going to play a trifecta here where I put Clever again in first. I don't think you beat Journalism past third out of the trifecta, so I'm going to put Journalism in third. And then I'm going to wheel in every single big price horse that I think has any chance to hit second place with the 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the Preakness play is a win on the 8, an Exacta 8 with 2, 4, and then a trifecta 8 with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 2.
So let me ask you this. So I'm alive to the 8 in the whatever it's called, Oates Susan double. Is there a way for me to hedge, or do I just let that bitch roll?
So I think the biggest question with the hedge thing is going to be what your probable payouts are and what you put into it. Because, like, honestly, if you didn't put much into it, like, I wouldn't even fuck with it. Just like ride what you got. Like, if you got a lot in it though, then yeah, I can understand. I think you hedge by maybe you would have to bet way too large to hedge with Journalism, like as a win bet. Like, it makes that way too risky. I would probably hedge by playing Journalism on top in an Exacta, and then maybe like every horse underneath and just hoping for a bomb in second. And then you could do the bet everybody to win except for the 8 and except for Journalism, and just kind of stagger your amounts there so you get sort of like a normalized return.
And then in race 10, what was the horse you said?
Race 10, I'm using, I think it's Just a Fair Shake, the number 9 in first place. And then I was using the 2 Best Friend Rocket and the 8 Authentic Gallop in second place, and then putting the 6 Invictus in third place for the hot cocks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I got one more UFC bet, Jim.
I'll roll through my MLS bets real quick. Let me know what you boys think. Charlotte Football Club, money line. Charlotte all day. New England versus San Jose. The Revolution versus the Earthquake. Give me a draw.
I was angry at you for not picking a draw in the first one, so now you redeemed yourself in my eyes.
The Philadelphia Union, straight up. The Vancouver Whitecaps, money line. The Colorado Rapids, money line. And also, CF Montreal versus Toronto FC. Don't really know how that works. That's some French-Canadian bullshit going on with Montreal. Another draw, baby. So Charlotte money line, New England, San Jose, draw, Philadelphia money line, Vancouver money line, Colorado money line, Montreal, Toronto, draw. Those are your MLS picks.
Man, you can really tell the difference between first generation and second generation MLS teams by their names. Your cat's fucking, man.
I know, dude. I don't know what's going on here. What is going on?
Jim's gonna have a bunch of kittens to give away in a few months from now.
My next one, and look, I'm taking a stab, shoot here. Give me Gilbert Burns plus 550 against Morales in the main event tonight. First off, the line to me is just flat out disrespectful for a guy like Burns. I get it. He's coming off 3 straight losses, but we just kind of step back and see who he's fought against. Mohammed, JDM, and Sean Brady. Those are top tier welterweights. Burns didn't look washed. He just got beat by elite guys. And now he's being talked about like he's done. To my eyes, that's a little bit wild. Here's the angle. Morales is young. He's unbeaten. He's clearly talented. But this is a massive step up in competition. I've watched Morales fights, and I haven't said, wow, this is a future champ moment. He's fast. He has great hands, sure. But this is his first real vet test. And then I said to myself, what is the one thing he does good? And I couldn't think of anything. I think people just like him because he's young and he's going to be rapidly improving because he is so young. He's never been in 5 rounds. He's never fought a former champ. I'm really worried about Morales. I really think come Sunday morning, we can sit back and say, wow, we got Gilbert Burns at plus 550 against a guy who's never had this step up in class. Stylistically, Burns needs to make this gritty. He needs to play the range game. Morales, 8-inch reach advantage. Burns has to get close distance between level changes, maybe a double jab into a body lock to get into the pocket. He's been there. His grappling is still elite. If he gets on top or takes the back in the scramble, that's going to be a real problem for Morales. Burns' submission game can change a fight in seconds. If this goes past the first round and Morales hasn't hurt him early, we're in the deep waters territory, and I trust Burns way more in this situation. Burns thrives in chaos. Morales has never fought any adversity. Huge question mark. Look, Morales, they fight 9 out of 10 times. They fight 10 times. He's probably going to win 9 of them. But I'm seeing 550 on a dangerous fighter. And if Morales makes one mistake, Burns can flip this fight. So I'm not saying Burns dominates, but I'm saying at plus 550 is just too good to pass up.
There we go. I just got a text message in from a good friend of mine, Tim Stedman, Titan of Litigation. He's along with John Holloman, a friend of my show, the Notorious OTB. They own horses. They own a horse named Kinsey Queen, who ran 3rd in the Black Eyed Susan yesterday at like 12, 13 to 1 or so, but like their first like graded stakes placed horse. So congratulations to them, and double congratulations to Tim, because he just sent me a screenshot of a box exacta from the second race at Pimlico that paid him $333.
What'd I miss?
My buddy Tim hit that exacta at Pimlico.
Oh,
yeah. Also, he like owns horses. His boss owns horses, but he's very much in on the process. And their horse finished 3rd in the Black Eyed Susan yesterday.
Also very nice.
Do you have any horses running today?
Not today, I don't think. If they do, they'd be at like Churchill Downs.
My last straight up plays, I got 2 plays in the JBL, Japanese Baseball League, the Oryx Buffaloes and the Nippon Ham Fighters.
Always the Ham Fighters. Never not the
always
Ham
the Ham Fighters. Never not the Ham Fighters.
If it's Korea, it's always the Dinos. Never not the Dinos.
Correct.
Michelle used on the feed for Pimlico today?
Yeah, since she works for like First or whatever with Santa Anita, they brought in the big boobs for the
hashtag a fan.
Now,
she was in fine form when she like 10 years ago when I first started like doing this. Like she's had a kid since then. You could tell she's still hot and very, very milfy, but like she was in fine form 10 years ago.
You see some stuff for Fox.
You want to parlays, Eric?
Yeah, I got my parlay. You ready for this, Jim?
Lay it on me.
All right, so we're going our boy Low over 2+ hits. Swordstrom from the Athletics over 1.5 total bases. We're going to take the Renegades money line. And then we're
the
going to
Roughnecks
take
or Renegades play tomorrow?
No. The Renegades? Yeah, Renegades play tomorrow. Sorry, bud.
Okay. That's okay. I just wanted to clarify.
It's a day. It's a carryover.
I like it.
And then no goal for the first 10 minutes of the hockey game tonight.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that. That's dirty. That's down and dirty, Eric.
Yeah.
I like that. Chase, any parlay or equivalent of a parlay?
I guess the best thing to say would be that I'll just repeat that pick 3 that I gave out earlier, which starts in race 11 at Pimlico and ends in race 13, which is the Preakness. So in the pick 3 in race 11, it was 4 and 8. In race 12, 1, 7, and 13. And then finishing up in the big race, the Preakness, with the single, the 8. Clever again, 5-1 on the morning line. I'll check the live odds. I bet you this horse is probably close to anywhere from like maybe 3-1 to 4-1, maybe.
I got a couple parlays. Number 1, JBL.
Parlays.
JBL. I'm taking the Fukuoka Hawks, the Oryx Buffaloes, the Nippon Ham Fighters, and the Henshin Dragons. Those are all straight money line bets over in the JBL, plus 1033. And I have just an MLB little parlay, little round robin, of the Marlins, Reds, Brewers, and the A's, plus 2251. And now for the big one that I like to give all the people. This is me being generous to you. I'm taking the Marlins, Reds, Brewers, A's, the Roughnecks, the Houston Roughnecks in the UFL, straight up money line, Charlotte Football Club, the Philadelphia Union, the Vancouver Whitecaps, and the Colorado Rapids. Boom! Pow! 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 Bang, bang! And I feel like just in celebration of it being Preakness Day in Chase, I should get involved in at least that one race.
Yeah.
Which race was that? Which race is the Preakness?
It's race 13.
Race 13. Okay. So let's let the numbers, the names, everything speak to me here. I like, you know what? I'm a very goal-oriented person. Boom. Easy. Right there. The one. Goal-oriented.
Isn't that the Baffert horse?
Goalie, yeah, you don't want that. Well, okay. You know what? It might
that the Baffert horse
around that sinkhole. Yeah.
It is the Baffert horse. I just did that on accident.
Do you want me to give you? Do you want just like a
no, Chase? Because I don't want my horse stink to get on your picks.
You might actually. It might be the reverse in this case, but okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Any other parting takes or things you want to get off your chest before we get out of here and have brunch?
I think
which horse will finish last? Yeah.
So I honestly, hold on. Let me look at something here. Okay, that's not. I'm gonna have a good answer for this here, and I think it's going to be.
I think journalism or clever again. Those are the two I have singled in my pick 5 or playing in my.
That makes sense. That tracks. I know that feeling. You know what? Who I'm going to say? I'm going to say the 3 American Promise. That horse has the one characteristic that I always look for whenever someone asks me if a horse is going to finish last, which is, are they an early speed horse that quits whenever they don't have the lead? Like whenever they figure out they don't have they're not the alpha, like they get like super dejected and just like quit running. And so those are the horses that always end up like walking in last because they burned up all that speed and then they're fucking emo about it. So American Promise, if you look at when the horse isn't involved early, I see 16th place, I see 5th place, I see 6th place, I see 8th place, I see 6th place. And Clever Again is going to be much faster early than American Promise. So that might just neutralize American Promise right from the gate. And that horse might just say fuck it all and pack it in.
All right, boys. I'm going to go make some delicious scrambled eggs. Little potatoes and onions with that.
Ooh.
Everyone go enjoy their brunch. Enjoy these picks. Let's get some winners today. We'll see you again next week for another episode of Brunchtime Betting. Bye-bye, everybody. Mwah.